Welcome, friends. Close your eyes. Tonight, you're not just listening to a sleep story. You're stepping into an ancient Celtic forest where the rain carries whispers of forgotten gods and every drop on the leaves holds magic. As you close your eyes, you'll meet Danu, the mother of rivers, and feel Cernunnos watching over you from the shadows. This isn't just relaxation. It's a journey back to a time when the world itself was alive with mystery. Are you ready to let these ancient spirits guide you into the deepest sleep of your life? You step onto a mossy path where your lantern casts dancing shadows on ancient trees. The soft yellow glow moves with each step you take, making the bark look alive and warm. Your feet sink slightly into the spongy ground beneath you. This isn't like walking on concrete or hard dirt. The forest floor gives way gently, welcoming your weight with each footfall. Moss covers everything here, the tree trunks, the fallen logs, even the stones that peek through the earth. Your lantern light catches tiny droplets of water clinging to the moss, making it sparkle like nature's own jewelry. The Celtic Forest awakens around you with scents of pine and distant streams flowing through the darkness. Take a deep breath and feel the clean air fill your lungs. The smell of pine needles rises from the ground where they've fallen in thick, soft layers. It's the kind of scent that makes you feel instantly calmer. Your nose picks up the rich smell of damp earth mixed with something green and alive. This forest has been here for hundreds of years, and every breath reminds you of its ancient wisdom. Strange glowing lights appear in the distance, will-o'-the-wisps that could lead you astray or deeper into magic. At first, you're not sure what you're seeing. Are those fireflies? Stars through the canopy? But as you watch, the lights move too purposefully to be random. They float and drift between the trees like tiny lanterns carried by invisible hands. Celtic people told stories about these lights for generations. Some said they were spirits of the dead. Others believed they were nature's way of guiding lost travelers. You pause on the path, watching them dance and wondering if you should follow or stay put. Your footsteps create a gentle rhythm on the soft earth as raindrops patter overhead like nature's lullaby. Step, step, step. Your feet find their own peaceful pace. The rain hasn't reached you yet under the thick canopy, but you can hear it landing on the leaves above. It creates layers of sound, each drop finding its own note. Some hit broad leaves with soft thuds. Others tap against thinner branches with tiny clicks. The rhythm matches your heartbeat perfectly, as if the forest is teaching your body how to slow down. You don't need to think about walking anymore. Your feet know where to go. The air feels thick with mystery, as you notice how different this forest feels from any place you've been before. There's an energy here that makes your skin tingle slightly, but not in a scary way. It's like the feeling you get when you know something wonderful is about to happen. The trees seem taller here, their branches reaching higher into the darkness. Even the silence between raindrops feels different. Fuller somehow, as if it's holding secrets. You've walked through forests before, but this one seems to be watching you with gentle curiosity. Every shadow could hide something magical, and somehow that thought doesn't worry you at all. Every breath brings the clean scent of rain-washed leaves and the earthy smell of moss-covered stones. The rain has been falling here for hours, maybe days, washing everything clean. When you breathe in, you taste the freshness on your tongue. It's like drinking the purest water, but through your nose. The moss-covered stones hold the scent of minerals and age, reminding you that this place has been peaceful for far longer than you've been alive. Your lungs feel cleaner with each breath. The forest air seems to wash away the stuffiness of indoor spaces and city smog. You start to breathe deeper without even thinking about it. The glowing lights seem to pulse in time with your heartbeat, drawing you forward into the unknown. As you watch them more closely, you notice they're not random at all. They brighten and dim with the rhythm that matches something inside you. When your heart beats, they glow brighter. When you pause between breaths, they softly fade. It's as if they're connected to your life force itself, responding to your presence in their ancient home. The lights drift closer, not threatening, but curious. They seem to want to get to know you better. You realize you're not afraid of the unknown anymore. The lights are showing you that mystery can be gentle and welcoming. You realize these lights aren't dangerous at all. They're gentle guides welcoming you into their ancient world. The stories about will-o'-the-wisps leading people astray were probably told by folks who didn't understand their true nature. These lights don't want to trick you or harm you. They're more like friendly neighbors, excited to show a visitor around their peaceful neighborhood. They bob and weave between the trees as if they're saying, "Come this way. We have something beautiful to show you." Their glow is warm and soft, nothing like the harsh, artificial lights you're used to. They remind you that not everything mysterious needs to be feared. Sometimes the unknown is exactly what your soul needs. The will-o'-the-wisps dance playfully around you, showing you're exactly where you need to be for deep rest. They circle your lantern light like old friends meeting a new companion. Their movement is joyful and light, full of the kind of happiness that makes you smile without thinking. As they dance, you feel your shoulders drop and your breathing slow even more. The lights seem to be celebrating your arrival, welcoming you to a place where rest isn't just possible but inevitable. They're showing you that this forest is a sanctuary, a place where the very air is designed to help you find peace. You don't need to work at relaxing here. The forest and its magical inhabitants are doing the work for you. The path ahead curves gently, promising even more peaceful discoveries in this magical Celtic realm. Your lantern light shows the way forward, but you're no longer worried about where you're going. The path winds between ancient trees that have stood here since before your grandparents were born. Each curve promises something new but not surprising. More moss, more gentle sounds, more of the deep peace that this place specializes in. The will-o'-the-wisps float ahead of you now, patient guides who know exactly where to take you for the rest you deserve. You follow their gentle light deeper into the forest, knowing that each step brings you closer to the kind of sleep that heals both body and spirit. The rain in this Celtic forest sounds different. Each drop seems to carry voices from long ago. As you walk deeper into the ancient trees, you start to notice something special about the water falling around you. It's not just rain anymore. Each drop that hits the leaves above your head creates its own tiny whisper. The sound is soft and musical, like hundreds of people speaking in hushed tones just beyond your hearing. You tilt your head slightly, trying to catch what they might be saying. The voices don't frighten you. Instead, they feel like old friends sharing gentle secrets that have been passed down through generations of Celtic people who walked these same paths centuries before you were born. Celtic people believed rain was a gift from the gods, bringing messages and blessings to those who listened. They didn't see rain as something to hide from or complain about. For them, every storm was a sacred event. The water that fell from the sky carried the breath of their gods and goddesses. When it rained, they would step outside and let the drops touch their faces. They believed the rain could wash away bad luck and bring good fortune to their families. Celtic mothers would catch rainwater in special bowls to use for healing their children. Farmers knew that rain blessed their crops with divine energy. Even Celtic warriors believed that fighting in the rain gave them extra strength from the gods. The rain wasn't just weather, it was a direct connection to the divine world above. Modern science struggles to explain why rain sounds calm us so deeply, but ancient wisdom knew the secret. Scientists can tell you about sound frequencies and how certain noises affect brain waves. They can measure the way rain sounds create patterns that match our natural sleep rhythms. But they can't explain why hearing rain makes us feel so safe and peaceful. The Celtic people understood something that modern research is just beginning to discover. They knew that rain sounds connect us to something much older than our everyday worries. The rhythm of rainfall matches the rhythm of life itself, the beating of our hearts, the flow of our blood, the rise and fall of our breathing. When we listen to rain, we're not just hearing water. We're hearing the heartbeat of the earth itself, and our bodies remember that we're part of something much bigger and more peaceful than our daily stress. You notice how the rain creates layers of sound. Some drops hit leaves, others splash in hidden streams nearby. The forest around you becomes a natural orchestra, with each surface creating its own unique note. Heavy drops land on the broad leaves of ancient oak trees with soft, deep thuds. Lighter drops tap against the thin branches of birch trees with delicate pinging sounds. You can hear water dripping from leaf to leaf, creating a gentle cascade that moves through the forest canopy like a slow waterfall. Somewhere to your left, you hear the musical splash of raindrops hitting the surface of a hidden stream. The sound is different from the leaf sounds, brighter and more musical, like tiny bells ringing in the distance. Behind you, drops hit the moss-covered stones on the path with muffled pats. Every few seconds, you hear the satisfying plop of water collecting on a branch before dropping to the forest floor below. The rhythm matches your breathing naturally, as if the forest itself is teaching you how to relax completely. You don't have to think about breathing anymore. The rain is doing it for you. When you breathe in, the sounds grow slightly louder, as if the forest is breathing with you. When you breathe out, the sounds soften and blend together into one peaceful symphony. Your chest rises and falls in perfect time with the water dropping from the trees above. It's like the forest has wrapped you in a blanket of sound that moves with your body. Your shoulders drop without you trying to make them drop. Your jaw unclenches without you realizing it was tense. The rain isn't just falling around you, it's teaching your entire body how to let go of the stress you carried into this sacred space. Celtic druids used rain ceremonies to connect with divine wisdom and find inner peace during troubled times. These wise men and women knew that rain had special power to heal both body and spirit. When their people faced difficult choices or felt overwhelmed by life's challenges, the druids would lead them to sacred groves during rainstorms. They would stand together under the trees, letting the rain wash over them while they listened for messages from their gods. The druids taught that rain could carry away negative thoughts and replace them with clarity and peace. They believed that the sound of rain opened a doorway between the human world and the divine realm. During these ceremonies, people would often find answers to problems that had been troubling them for months. The rain would wash away their confusion and leave them feeling refreshed and ready to face whatever came next. Each raindrop seems to wash away the stress and worry you carried into this sacred space. You can actually feel it happening as you walk through the forest. The tension in your neck starts to dissolve with each drop that hits the leaves above you. The worry about tomorrow's responsibilities gets lighter with every splash you hear from the hidden streams. The frustration from your day begins to fade as the rain creates its gentle percussion around you. It's as if each drop is specifically designed to carry away one small piece of stress. You don't have to work at letting go. The rain is doing the work for you, one drop at a time. Your mind starts to feel clearer, like a window that's been cleaned after being dusty for too long. The problems that seemed so important an hour ago feel smaller and more manageable now. You feel your shoulders dropping as the gentle percussion of rain creates a cocoon of calm around you. The sound surrounds you completely, wrapping you in layers of peaceful noise that block out every worry from the outside world. Your muscles start to relax without you telling them to. The rain sounds create a protective bubble around your mind, keeping stress and anxiety from getting in. You're not just walking through a forest anymore. You're moving through a living sanctuary where every sound is designed to help you find peace. The rain doesn't just fall on you. It embraces you like a gentle hug that never ends. Each step you take deeper into the forest brings you further into this cocoon of calm, where the only thing that matters is the peaceful rhythm of water meeting earth. The rain becomes your first teacher in this forest, showing you how ancient sounds heal modern minds. You understand now why Celtic people saw rain as sacred. The sounds that felt so chaotic and random when you first entered the forest now make perfect sense. Every drop has its place in the symphony. Every splash serves a purpose in your healing. The rain is teaching you that peace doesn't come from silence. It comes from finding harmony in the natural rhythms that have existed long before cities and stress and modern life complicated everything. This ancient sound knows exactly what your modern mind needs to find rest. With each step deeper into the forest, the rain's message becomes clearer. You're safe here. The sound of water falling through the trees tells you that this place has been protecting travelers for thousands of years. The rain has been falling here long before you were born, and it will continue long after you're gone. But right now, in this moment, every drop is falling just for you. In a moonlit clearing, you discover an old druid sitting perfectly still beneath a massive oak tree. The will-o'-the-wisps have led you here, their gentle glow fading as you step into the open space. Moonlight filters through the canopy above, creating soft silver patches on the forest floor. The druid sits with his back against the oak's thick trunk, his legs crossed and his hands resting peacefully on his knees. His long gray beard flows down his chest like a waterfall of wisdom. He wears simple robes that seem to blend with the tree bark behind him. At first, you wonder if he's sleeping, but then you notice his eyes are open, looking directly at you with the kindest expression you've ever seen. This ancient figure radiates calm wisdom, his presence making the very air feel more peaceful. Just being near him changes something in your body. Your breathing slows down without you trying to make it happen. The tension in your shoulders melts away like ice in warm water. The druid doesn't move or speak, but his energy reaches across the clearing and wraps around you like the softest blanket. You feel safer than you have in years. His presence reminds you of the grandfather you never had, or the wise teacher you always wished you could meet. The very air around him seems cleaner and easier to breathe. Even the rain sounds different here, softer and more musical than it did on the path. This clearing has become a sanctuary of peace, and the druid is its gentle guardian. He speaks without moving his lips, his voice seeming to come from the rain itself. You hear words, but they don't come from his mouth. Instead, they flow from the raindrops hitting the leaves above you. His voice sounds like distant thunder mixed with the gentlest whisper. The words don't enter through your ears. They seem to appear directly in your mind, warm and comforting like honey on your tongue. You're not frightened by this strange way of speaking. It feels completely natural, as if this is how wise people have always communicated in sacred places. The druid's voice carries the weight of centuries, but feels as gentle as a mother's lullaby. Each word he speaks seems to settle into your bones, creating a foundation of peace that you can feel throughout your entire body. The druid's eyes hold the depth of centuries as he shares the secret of why this forest brings such deep rest. When you look into those ancient eyes, you see layers of wisdom that stretch back through time. He has watched over this forest for longer than you can imagine. He has seen countless travelers like you, all seeking the same thing, real peace in a world that has forgotten how to rest. The druid's eyes twinkle with gentle humor as he explains that this forest was created specifically for tired souls like yours. The trees were planted by ancient gods who understood that humans would need a place to escape the chaos of modern life. Every stream, every moss-covered stone, every rain-soaked leaf was placed here with purpose. This forest is nature's gift to anyone who has forgotten how to sleep peacefully. He tells you about Danu, the mother goddess whose gentle spirit flows through every stream and raindrop here. The druid's voice grows even softer as he speaks her name. Danu is the mother of all Celtic gods, the source of every river and stream in Ireland. She is the divine mother who never stops caring for her children, even when they grow up and forget to visit. The druid explains that Danu's love flows through the water that surrounds you in this forest. Every drop of rain that touches your skin carries her blessing. Every stream that babbles nearby whispers her lullabies. She is the reason this forest feels like home, even though you've never been here before. Danu's motherly energy has been preparing this place for your arrival, making sure everything is perfect for your rest. His words feel like a warm blanket wrapping around your mind, dissolving the last bits of daily tension. As the druid speaks about Danu's love, you feel something shift deep inside your chest. The worry about tomorrow's meeting starts to fade. The stress about unfinished tasks feels less important. The druid's voice works like medicine, healing parts of your mind that you didn't even know were hurt. His words don't just enter your thoughts, they transform them. Where there was anxiety, now there is curiosity. Where there was restlessness, now there is anticipation for peaceful sleep. The druid's wisdom creates space in your mind for something you haven't felt in too long, complete and total relaxation. You understand now why Celtic people sought druids for healing. Their wisdom connects directly to nature's peace. The druid doesn't need books or complicated theories to help you find rest. His healing comes from his deep connection to the natural world around him. He has spent so many years sitting beneath this oak tree that he has become part of the forest itself. When he speaks, you're not just hearing human words. You're hearing the voice of the trees, the streams, and the rain itself. The Celtic people understood that true wisdom comes from listening to nature, not from fighting against it. The druid's presence reminds you that healing doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes the most powerful medicine is simply sitting still and letting the natural world teach you how to breathe again. The old man's presence teaches you that true rest comes from feeling protected by something greater than yourself. You realize that your sleep problems aren't just about being tired. They're about feeling alone and vulnerable in a world that often feels unsafe. The druid's energy shows you what it's like to be truly protected, not by locks and alarms, but by the gentle strength of something infinitely wise and loving. Under his watchful presence, you understand that you don't have to carry all your worries by yourself. There are ancient forces of peace and protection that want to help you, if you can just learn to trust them. The druid's calm confidence becomes your calm confidence. As the druid fades like morning mist, you carry his peaceful energy deeper into your journey. His form begins to blur around the edges, becoming transparent like fog. But his peace doesn't fade with his body. Instead, it soaks into your skin and settles into your bones. You feel different now, lighter, safer, more connected to the ancient wisdom that flows through this forest. The druid's gift isn't just knowledge about Danu. It's the actual feeling of being held and protected by forces greater than your daily concerns. As his physical form disappears completely, you realize that his wisdom has become part of you. His final gift is the knowledge that Danu's motherly love will watch over your sleep tonight. Even though you can no longer see the druid, you can still feel his presence in the rain that continues to fall gently around you. You know that Danu's rivers will keep flowing while you sleep, carrying away any remaining stress and replacing it with healing dreams. The path ahead beckons, leading you deeper into the forest where even more peace awaits. The druid's words about Danu awaken something ancient and comforting in your heart. As his voice fades into the gentle rain, you feel a stirring deep in your chest. It's like a memory you can't quite place, but one that feels more real than anything you've experienced in years. The name Danu echoes in your mind, and with each repetition, warmth spreads through your body. You've never heard this name before, yet it feels familiar, like coming home after a long journey. Your heart beats a little slower, a little steadier. There's something about this goddess that your soul recognizes, even if your mind doesn't understand why. The feeling grows stronger with each breath you take in this sacred forest. Danu represents the ultimate mother figure in Celtic mythology, creator of rivers and giver of life. She isn't just any goddess. She's the source of everything that flows and nurtures in the Celtic world. Ancient people believed she gave birth to the rivers that watered their crops and sustained their communities. She was the mother of the Tuatha de Danann, the magical race of gods who ruled Ireland before humans arrived. But Danu's motherhood goes beyond just creating other gods. She mothers the land itself, the water that flows through it, and every living thing that depends on that water to survive. She represents the kind of unconditional love that asks nothing in return, the protective instinct that never sleeps, and the gentle strength that can move mountains through patience rather than force. In our modern world, we've forgotten what it feels like to be truly held and protected. You live in a time when everyone is expected to be strong and independent. You solve your own problems, pay your own bills, and handle your own stress. The idea of being cared for without having to earn it feels almost foreign. When did you last feel completely safe without having to create that safety yourself? When did someone last take care of you without expecting anything back? Modern life teaches us that protection comes from security systems, insurance policies, and personal achievements. But deep down, your soul remembers what it was like to feel held by something infinitely loving and powerful. That memory is stirring now as you walk through Danu's forest. You begin to sense Danu's presence in every flowing stream and gentle rainfall around you. The water sounds that have been accompanying you through the forest take on new meaning. That babbling stream to your right isn't just water running over rocks. It's Danu's voice, speaking in liquid syllables that your heart understands, even if your mind doesn't. The rain that patters on the leaves above carries her touch, each drop a gentle caress meant specifically for you. You start to notice how the water seems to respond to your presence. When you pause to listen, the streams sound more musical. When you breathe deeply, the rain seems to fall more softly. Danu's presence isn't separate from the natural world around you. She is the natural world, flowing through every drop of moisture in this ancient forest. Her energy feels like the most loving parent, watching over you with infinite patience and care. You remember what it felt like to be small and completely loved, when your biggest worry was whether there would be cookies after dinner. Danu's energy brings back that feeling of absolute safety, but magnified beyond anything human love could provide. She doesn't love you because you're successful or talented or good. She loves you because you exist, because you're part of the life she created and sustains. Her patience is endless. She doesn't mind if you make mistakes or if you've been stressed and worried. She simply wants to wrap you in her protective embrace and help you remember what peace feels like. You can feel her attention focused on you, gentle and warm, like sunlight on your skin. The goddess doesn't demand anything from you. She simply offers the gift of feeling completely safe. There are no conditions to meet, no prayers to say, no rituals to perform. Danu's love flows freely, like the rivers she created. She doesn't need you to be perfect or grateful or even awake. She simply needs you to exist, and she'll take care of the rest. This feels revolutionary after a lifetime of relationships that required constant effort and maintenance. With Danu, you can finally stop trying so hard. You can stop managing everyone else's expectations and just be. The relief is overwhelming. For the first time in forever, you don't have to earn your safety or work for your peace. It's given freely, abundantly, without end. You realize this is what your soul has been craving, not just sleep, but the deep rest that comes from feeling loved. Your insomnia isn't just about being tired. It's about lying in bed with your mind racing through all the ways you might fail tomorrow, all the people you might disappoint, all the problems you need to solve. But under Danu's protection, those worries feel small and manageable. When you're truly loved and protected, sleep becomes natural. Your body doesn't need to stay alert for danger. Your mind doesn't need to solve every problem before dawn. You can finally let go and trust that you'll be safe while you rest. This is the kind of sleep your ancestors knew, when they lived closer to the earth and felt held by forces greater than themselves. Danu's rivers seem to flow through your very being, washing away worry and replacing it with trust. You can actually feel it happening, cool, clean water flowing through your thoughts like a gentle stream. The anxiety about tomorrow's deadline gets swept away. The frustration with your coworker dissolves. The worry about your finances flows out of your mind like water running downhill. But Danu doesn't just take away the stress. She replaces it with something better. Where worry used to live, now there's trust. Where anxiety used to churn, now there's calm expectation. Where fear used to whisper, now there's quiet confidence. Her rivers don't just clean. They restore and renew everything they touch. Under Danu's protection, your mind begins to release its grip on the day's concerns. The tight fist of worry in your chest starts to uncurl. The knot of tension in your shoulders begins to loosen. Your jaw unclenches without you realizing it was tight. One by one, your muscles remember what it feels like to be truly relaxed. Your breathing deepens and slows. Your heartbeat finds a steady, peaceful rhythm. The constant chatter in your mind grows quieter, replaced by the sound of Danu's streams and the gentle patter of her rain. You don't have to work at letting go anymore. Her motherly presence does the work for you, gently coaxing your body and mind into the state they need for healing rest. With the Mother Goddess watching over you, sleep will come as naturally as rivers flow to the sea. You understand now that rest isn't something you have to achieve or earn. It's something that happens when you feel safe enough to surrender. Danu's eternal vigil means you can finally close your eyes without fear, knowing that something infinitely loving and powerful is taking care of everything while you rest. Your path leads to a crystal-clear lake that mirrors the starlit sky perfectly. The forest opens up before you, revealing a body of water so still and clear it looks like polished glass. Above you, Stars peek through the canopy in perfect points of light, and each one reflects in the water below without even the tiniest ripple to disturb the image. The lake stretches about 50 feet across, surrounded by smooth stones that look like they were placed there by careful hands. Your lantern light dances across the surface, creating gentle golden ripples that spread outward in perfect circles. The water is so transparent you can see smooth pebbles resting on the bottom and tiny fish that swim in slow, peaceful patterns. This isn't like any lake you've seen before. The surface acts like a mirror, but somehow it seems to reflect more than just what's above it. This isn't just any lake. It's a sacred pool where the veil between worlds grows thin. Something about this place feels different from the rest of the forest. The air here carries a slight electric charge, like the moment before a gentle thunderstorm. But instead of feeling dangerous, it feels full of possibility. Your skin tingles with awareness that you're standing at the edge of something special. The trees around the lake seem older and more majestic than the ones you passed on your way here. Their branches reach toward the water as if they're trying to touch something sacred. Even the rain falls differently here, creating softer sounds when it hits the lake's surface. You sense that this water has been blessed by countless generations of Celtic people who came here seeking connection with their gods. The very stones beneath your feet seem to hum with ancient energy. As you peer into the water, shapes begin to form that shouldn't be possible. At first, you think your eyes are playing tricks on you. The reflection of your face wavers slightly, and for just a moment, you see someone else looking back. The features are similar to yours, but older and more peaceful. Then the image shifts again, and you see swirling colors that don't match anything in the sky above. Deep blues blend with shimmering greens and soft purples, creating patterns that move independently of the wind or your lantern light. The shapes don't frighten you, but they make your heart beat faster with excitement. Something is trying to show itself to you through this sacred water. You lean closer, careful not to disturb the surface with your breath, and watch as the impossible images continue to form and dissolve like gentle dreams. The lake's surface shimmers, and you realize you're looking into a window to the divine realm. The water has become transparent in a way that defies explanation. You can still see the bottom of the lake, but you can also see through it to somewhere else entirely. The other side looks like a place where light moves differently, where colors are more vivid and alive. Figures move in the distance, tall and graceful, with a quality of movement that seems to flow like water itself. They're too far away to see clearly, but their presence fills you with warmth and safety. This is what the Celtic people called the other world, the realm where their gods and goddesses lived. The lake serves as a doorway between your world and theirs, allowing divine beings to reach through and touch the lives of mortals who need their help. Your path leads to a crystal-clear lake that mirrors the starlit sky perfectly. The forest opens up before you, revealing a body of water so still and clear it looks like polished glass. Above you, stars peek through the canopy in perfect points of light, and each one reflects in the water below without even the tiniest ripple to disturb the image. The lake stretches about 50 feet across, surrounded by smooth stones that look like they were placed there by careful hands. Your lantern light dances across the surface, creating gentle golden ripples that spread outward in perfect circles. The water is so transparent you can see smooth pebbles resting on the bottom and tiny fish that swim in slow, peaceful patterns. This isn't like any lake you've seen before. The surface acts like a mirror, but somehow it seems to reflect more than just what's above it. This isn't just any lake. It's a sacred pool where the veil between worlds grows thin. Something about this place feels different from the rest of the forest. The air here carries a slight electric charge, like the moment before a gentle thunderstorm. But instead of feeling dangerous, it feels full of possibility. You kneel down, dipping your fingers into the cool water. It feels softer than normal water, almost silky, and as it touches your skin, a deep calm spreads through you. You close your eyes, listening to the steady rhythm of raindrops falling on the lake's surface. Each drop seems to echo a memory, a dream, a promise of healing. When you open your eyes again, the surface of the lake begins to shimmer. The stars reflected there ripple slightly, as if something beyond this world is gently stirring. And then you see it, not with your eyes, but with your soul. A warm presence rises from the water, glowing softly, formless, yet unmistakably loving. You know without doubt, it's Danu. Her energy surrounds you, not as a figure of stone or flame, but as the very essence of peace. She doesn't speak in words, but your heart understands. You are safe. You are seen. You are loved. You feel her presence settle over your shoulders like a blanket, and the tension that once lived in your muscles vanishes completely. A tear might slide down your cheek, but it isn't from sadness. It's from the overwhelming relief of being held by something eternal. The lake, the forest, the rain, they are all part of her. And through them, she watches over you now and always. You find a soft patch of moss by the lake's edge and lie down, gazing up at the stars. The rain continues to fall softly, like a lullaby played on the harpstrings of the sky. There's nothing left to do. No more paths to follow tonight. Just rest. Let the sacred rain sing you to sleep. Let Danu's rivers carry you into the dream world, calm and weightless. And as you begin to drift, remember, this forest, this peace, this love, it's always here, waiting. You are home. Now, let the sound of the rain continue to soothe you. Keep listening, keep relaxing, and let sleep take you gently, drop by drop.